But that particular one now, Whit, where it was short, let me get your thoughts on it. And then I have a proposal for this with technology in terms of how to fix it. But what do you think about that with Gene Steratore coming in and all that?
Yeah, I thought when you look at this game, you can break down the stats, you can break down all the things that happen in this game, and it really comes down to those little couple critical downs that just go one way or the other, whether it's a 2-point conversion or these short yardage plays. And in that play in particular, again, like you said, it's not having success. You try to do it. I just think those are tough because you and I have talked about this before. It just feels like at this point in the league, there's got to be a better answer, for how we spot the ball and how we figure out those situations. You have one ref on one side who thinks it's somewhere, the other one on the other that says this. And I always think that that's interesting to me because it's like, okay, which one of you gets to have the rights to say where it goes? Because I don't understand how you can argue that one of you has a better view than the other than if there's a pile on one side or something, you're like, hey, when you run in there, you're like, honestly, I didn't see it. You just have to confess that. But to me, it's just interesting to see how that argument gets settled. And, I think it's unfortunate because it's something that where a matter of just a couple inches is going to dictate, maybe a team's success in a game. I think it's just unfortunate. It's something we have to fix. And you feel terrible today. Buffalo fans feel terrible. They're enraged. It adds to the whole conversation about refs being involved. It just feels like something we've got to find a better solution for.
Yeah, and I don't know if this was taught or not. It feels like something Belichick would teach, and so probably Spags and Andy Reid as well. But you could see the defenders were kind of in the way of the refs too, so they had to belly back like to the Bills' side. And I was thinking, gosh, if they're teaching that, that's actually really smart. But here's they tried to do this in the preseason, right? With the technology, they have tracers that are in the ball, and so the problem with that is not every ball is exactly the same size. Exactly the same dimensions. But look, it's pretty damn close. And I promise you it's more accurate than refs, like you said, running in from the sideline and trying to spot the ball. So here's what I would like to see in terms of technology. And this goes for the goal line, and this goes for first downs. I would like to see, just like they have the yellow line, I would like to see them extend that thing vertically. So it's just you have the plane of where the first down is, right? Okay. And now with the camera angles and everything, as soon as somebody's knee hits, as soon as somebody's elbow hits, we have the placement of the ball. Gotcha. So if we could put, or forward progress, bam, it stops, hit pause on the clicker. Great. We have the position of the ball. Let's put the position of the ball against that plane up in the air, and if it is past it, we're awarding the first down. I just don't think that would be that hard to do. I think it would make it more interesting. It would make it cooler, like when guys dive over the pylon and you're thinking, gosh, did the ball get in the end zone or not? That would be an easy way to see it, and I can't imagine the technology isn't there for it. I know they tried the virtual, it almost looked like tennis when they say if a ball is in or out, and they tried that in the preseason with the first down stuff and just didn't feel like it was there yet. I got to imagine we're going to have something by next season because
you would think so. Our guy, Sam Swartzstein was going all over this, on X. I mean, he was, you love this dude. Oh man, he's all over it, because people were asking for the tennis version, right? With the tennis ball, we have the graphic where it hits the line, it doesn't. And he was explaining with camera angles and how all that's created. It's just impossible to do with a football. One, for its shape, and then obviously all the other factors that get in the way of the vision of the cameras and things like that. So he went on a pretty good rant. So if anyone wants to understand some of that when it comes to that, nobody dives into this stuff more than Sam. Go follow him for sure for some more on that good stuff. Because it is, man, it seems like those things where you're like, man, as far as we've come in this game, all the things that we can get down to with, you look at next gen stats and all these analytics and data.
Chain gang, baby.
We can't figure out the chain gang. Like, it's wild to me that all the things we've got figured out in this game, you can tell me every inch of the field I cover as a football player, how fast I did it, probably my heart rate, the crap we have to wear in training camp, everything we got, we can track it all, but we can't figure out where that football is. We can't figure out the chain gang. We're still measuring with a metal chain. It's just, it seems like something that could be in need of being upgraded. That's for sure.